back to Nintagious. How you guys doing? I hope everyone's having a nice week. We're back with some Twilight Princess tonight. We, will hopefully, but also unfortunately, finish it up tonight, I believe. I think we're in the final stretch. And that's kind of, as with a lot of games that I feel like we've played this year, it's a little bittersweet, because it's like, I'm having a good time, but there's also, other stuff I want to get to, and I'm starting to realize that, like, maybe I should just stay away from longer playthroughs, or at least playthroughs that have, like, longer playthroughs that have a definitive end, because oftentimes I'll just be like, sometimes sticking to the schedule that closely bothers me, I guess is what I'm getting at. Sometimes I just want to get things in a state where I can just wake up and be like, what do I feel like playing today? And then just kind of roll with that. That in mind, if I don't feel like playing this tonight, what do I feel like playing? I don't know. So we're just gonna play this anyway. And it's been an interesting playthrough for me because, like, I am enjoying it, but there's also so many other games that are, like, vying for my attention right now. So as a result, like, part of me is like, man, I should have went for like 100% and did everything this game had to offer, but I didn't really want to give it that much time, even though I am having a good time with it. Now, I will admit that a part of that is, for a good deal of this playthrough, YouTube's been kind of screwing me as far as the algorithm goes, so that makes it kind of hard to stay motivated to keep going as well. Some call our realm a world of shadows, but that makes it sound unpleasant. The twilight there holds a serene beauty. You have seen it yourself as the sun sets on this world. Bathed in that light, all people were pure and gentle. Things changed once that foul power pervaded the world. It was all our doing. Oh, these guys. We overestimated our abilities as sages and attempted to put an end to Ganondorf's evil magic. Hope you can find it in yourself to forgive our carelessness. Oh, Twilight Princess. What? So, you knew? Yeah, I think basically everybody knew except for Link, because he's a doofus. Although, I don't know, it's one of those curious things that, like, I'm sure the first time I played this, that was, like, the big reveal where I was like, what? But I feel like there's also, like, there's writing on the wall up until that point. Like, you can kind of triangulate it. As a ruler who fled her people, I'm hardly qualified to forgive you. She's just funky without the helmet. I think because it looks like the helmet's already supposed to be there, you know what I mean? It doesn't really look like... It looks like they just removed the helmet from her model, and it's not a different model. In our world, we've long believed that the hero would appear as a divine beast. So when I found you, I thought I could use you, Link. It's got a real grinchy smile there. He only cared about returning our world to normal. Didn't care what happened to the world of light, not at all. But after witnessing the selfless lengths that Princess Zelda and you have gone to, your sacrifices, I now know in the bottom of my heart that I must save this world too. There's no other way. If we can just defeat Zant, the curse on me will dissolve, and we may be able to revive Zelda. Let's go, Link, for Zelda, for all of this world. Back on the concept of 100%. There is a part of me that's like, I feel like I could potentially get a whole nother stream out of just 100%ing this. I don't know if that would. I don't think it'd be particularly interesting, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. But I think there's probably enough left in the game that I could do it. Listen, Link, can I ask you one last selfish favor? Regardless of what my reasons may have been, I once abandoned this world. I left behind the Twilight, those who had followed me, who considered me their ruler. Even now as they remain here suffering, they believe that help will come for this world. But if they were to see that the only help for them was a hideous little imp, don't you think they would feel let down? It's only for a little bit longer. Do you mind if I continue to hide in your shadow while you're in human form? What are you apologizing to me for? Also, why do you think that if I'm in wolf form that they're gonna be okay with seeing you? Only when you're in human form do I wanna hide from my people. Hi. Wait, this guy isn't an enemy. They might look different, but they're inhabitants of this world. They're my people. Zant, how could he? I can't talk to them and have them just say like, and then you just move on with your life. Looks like we probably want to go that way first. Yeah, there's no bridge here. Oh, hey Theo, how's it going? And James, how's it going? Definitely can't go that way. Who me? Worth clarifying, I did not sleep well yesterday. Slept better today, but I'm still having a hard time shaking it. We're talking like, I think I only got like 5 hours of sleep yesterday. It was miserable. Oh, okay. That was a thing. You know what? I'm very suddenly thinking I was kind of stalling on putting my headphones on. I think since we tested it during Mario Golf, I think if I'm in a state where I just don't feel like wearing my headphones, I'm just gonna turn the TV volume on. Because now I know that, or at least I think I know. Feel free to let me know if it's kind of bad, but I think with the comfortable volume level that I leave the TV at, I don't think you can hear feedback on the microphone anyway, so it should be fine. Especially because this game's like kind of quiet, which I guess I'd like to stay immersed. Oh, okay. Can't do that. Hi. I don't know. I guess I've gotten to a point where headphones feel very restricting to me. Yeah, the exterior especially was recreated in Hyrule Warriors. Yay. Ooh, something back there. Yes, there is. I think those red spots are hookshot targets, if I recall correctly. I don't need the 20 roop that badly. It's okay. If I remember correctly, this dungeon's pretty straightforward, so, yeah, I've already mentioned we'll probably beat the game tonight. Or rather, we will beat the game tonight. I foresee two outcomes. Either... What if I can knock it back like that? Oh, that's right. Okay. I think we'll either finish the game significantly earlier than I'm planning. Like it'll only take like 3 hours to get through it, or it will take significantly longer than I'm planning. It'll be one or the other. I don't expect it to be like close to 6 hours. It's gonna be either like 4 hours or 7 hours or somewhere in between. But unless there's a severe complication, it should be finishable tonight. These guys are just all over the place. There do be a lot of treasure. Oh my god. There do be a lot of treasure chests, though. I feel you, Midna. I think I'm, staying with... I guess this is something we're going to talk about a lot tonight, is my... That's strange. Because I feel like this is a verdict that's, like, 2 years in the making. I talked about it a little bit Monday night. I think I talked about it a little bit Tuesday night, too. About how... when the Awakening remake came out, and even before the Awakening remake came out, I talked a lot about how when anyone asked, what's your favorite Zelda game, which is interesting to think about. Like, I feel like people don't ask questions like that anymore on YouTube, but I don't really know why. I feel like there was a definite, like, paradigm shift of viewers on YouTube, for both better and worse. But, anyway, whenever someone would ask, I'd always say favorites are this and Link's Awakening, and I was never really sure which one was going to come out on top. I knew that this is still my favorite 3D Zelda by a long shot, I'm pretty sure. I think I do like the Awakening remake more than this, but I think I like this more than the original Awakening, because the original Awakening has some... It's quite tedious in a couple ways. But I think the remake fixes a lot of that, which is pretty good. I don't know if I can hit him. Kinda doesn't feel like I can. Oh my god. Trying to spin attack it up. It's just not cutting it. I don't know if I can hit him. Kinda doesn't feel like it. Dude, I'm kinda like getting destroyed here. Taking a lot of damage. Yeah, I would say that they still both top 2D and 3D respectively. I agree with that. I don't know. They're different monsters, but they really aren't at the same time. It's kind of tricky. I'd say that the gameplay is like pretty similar. I guess the combat is very different. But the overall concept of like, you know, exploring and oh, I can't go this way yet is still present in both of them. You can interrupt him, but you can just spin the stick. That helps a little bit. What am I supposed to do? He just teleports away. Oh, I can hit him. I just can't hit him with the bow. I have to hit him with the sword. Okay. Okay. Only one of those strikes hit him, huh? Okay. I kind of thought chasing him down with the sword was going to be a little too difficult, so I gave up on that concept pretty quickly. Say, where the fuck is he? Cute. Shining sphere illuminates this world. It's called a soul. It's like the sun of your world, Link. The power of the soul is the source of life in this world. It is pure power. Oh, as long as you have this, if you take this soul to the Twilight at the entrance to this world, please, Link. I'm gonna just destroy all of the palace's pottery first, and take your roops. It's interesting that you still use roops in this world. It's curious. Alright, I forget. Does the cloud stay away? Looks like it does. Oh, okay. Oh, nope, doesn't. Never mind. And also, nope, that's mine. Also, that guy's a jerk, so. power of overabundant sparkly jewels speaks anywhere. Well, it's more so like, how do they get them? Like, you would assume that, like, just in real life, just like in real life, that this currency has to be, like, constructed somewhere, correct? So it's like, you would assume it's being made in Hyrule. But I guess not, due to the fact that it's also present here. So it's like, I have a lot of questions that I'm probably never going to have the answer to. It's one thing if it's like an alternative Hyrule. It's like, oh, okay. Like, it makes sense in, like, Link to the Past, for example. Because Dark World and all that fun stuff. What, did Ganondorf bring some with him, and then they just made more? Oh. No, stop. What? That didn't make him drop it? Jerk. Seems really tedious. Oh, go away, would you? Okay, but hold on. You don't understand. There's treasure up there that I'm gonna need to come back for. They just took some and stored them in their pots. Possible. I mean, I would assume that there is a shop here, it's just that we never see it. How? Oh, okay. Nice. If I could get myself up to 18 hearts before we stop, that would be nice. The fact that I have an odd number right now is kind of driving me crazy. Oh no, rolls. No, you don't understand. Get off. Are you shitting me? I just get curious. Did they take them from the light world? I forgot they make weird groany noises. To put it here, don't I? No, I'm remembering incorrectly. What is the source of rupee? Where do rupees come from? That's the greater question that I'm pondering. Oh. It's dangerous to take this soul any further. Let's head back, okay? Okay. Sure. Now's when we put it on the pedestal, right? Why is it dangerous to take it any further, I wonder? Here? No? Where is it you want me to take it? We've got to do something with it, right? Said we can't take it that way, so... That also looks suspicious, but does nothing about... Oh, right here. Right here. I'm dumb. Should be one more soul. If we can find that, it should lead us to Zan. Good call. Whoa. I'm not into that. Not quite yet. Let me go back and get this treasure chest I missed before we go too far off the rails. So you think that rupees are just, like, naturally created in some way? There's not, like, a rupee mint somewhere in Hyrule. It's just... They're just mined out of the ground. I think the idea of them growing on trees is a little bit funnier to me, so I'm gonna go with that. I think they grow on trees. Can I do it from here? No, not high enough. There we go. Are you shitting on both of my nuts? Okay. Tedious. Why make it so difficult to get up? Yay, it was totally worth it. Oh, wait, I just can't get back. Oh, I have to go all the way around. Wait, am I screwed? Can I not get back out entirely? That can't be the case. I might be a little screwed. Hold on, how the hell do I get out of here now? There's no hookshot target. There's no way up over there because we need another soul to do that. Can I just go in there and get another soul? Did I just find a softball? Oh, no, here we go. We take this. Okay. I was gonna say, did I just discover a soft lock? Okay, treasure obtained. I'm looking forward to checking out the Age of Calamity DLC tomorrow on the mention of Hyrule Warriors. Okay. So there's nothing else over there. But yeah, there's an interesting... It's something I noticed when we were speedrunning Link's Awakening Tuesday night, where I was like, there's just something like, this just hits different. While I still am enjoying this experience, I don't think it's a game that I could play, like, over and over and over again, like I play Link's Awakening. Oh. And part of that's just due to length. Even not going for 100% here, I think it's going to be like a 30-hour playthrough. Whereas Link's Awakening, I can beat in under 3. So, that's probably part of it. Fuck your stupid head. Glad I stuck around. Okay. How do I get up into those areas? We're gonna have to wait and come back. It's kind of looking like it, unless there was a hookshot target, like, on the wall closest to me that I can't see now. Nope. Just can't. I just can't. I just can't. Probably. I mean, the color determines how much they're worth, which, yeah, would imply that it probably symbolizes how difficult they are to find as well. That seems reasonable. Uh-huh, that's... Probably should have seen that coming. Alright, where's clown number 3? There he is. Later, losers. I think one of my largest issues with this game... Oh, you're still alive? Oh, there's a whole bunch of them, okay. I mentioned that the combat in this game is, like, kinda shallow. And I think it's probably at its worst when you're in wolf form. Wolf form combat is so, like... There's just nothing to it. I don't hate the wolf segments. It's not like it... It's well done enough that I'm not like, this is awful, and this makes me want to not play the game again. Because some Zelda games have that going. Some games in general have that going, where they'll have a key mechanic for the game where I'm like, I don't like this. Like, to the point where I don't really want to play the game multiple times, because it has this one thing that's just kind of annoying and tedious to deal with. This isn't quite that, but it's also, like, nothing special. It's just kind of here, I think. I think that they just sometimes change them between games, is really all it comes down to. Because, yeah, they're different between games pretty often, I think. I think that's just them changing their minds over time, as they add more increments and such. Because I think some games it only goes up to 100. Some games it goes up to less. I think A Link to the Past it only goes up to 20? Maybe 50. But then in some games the big ones are way more rare than in other games. Like, you find a lot of 50s in this. I feel like in some of the other games 50s you don't find them very often. And then, hell, in Zelda 1, I think they're all the same color. Okay. Treasure, yay. This does kind of make me want to play Skyward Sword again, too. I think, overall, I like the gameplay of Skyward Sword more. The combat's more in-depth. Whereas, like I said, it's kind of shallow in this game. But I like the overall atmosphere and characters of this game more than Skyward Sword. As I've mentioned before, the characters in Skyward Sword kind of act like idiots, so I'm not a real big fan of them. But I would maybe argue this based on memory. It's been like 2-3 years since I played Skyward Sword last. I think I would argue that the gameplay, and as far as combat and like dungeon design, is probably at its best in Sky. Like that was probably the peak of the series. Should have locked on. And it's kind of sad that, like, I'm sure we'll see another Zelda in that style eventually, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I think it's far more likely that we'll see new 2D Zeldas, because they can probably be made with a smaller budget. So they could probably justify doing it alongside the big budget ones, but I think the big budget ones are just going to be Breath of the Wild for the foreseeable future. Maybe not. Maybe they'll make Breath of the Wild 2 and then be like, okay, that's enough of that. I guess that is kind of a Nintendo thing, right? They tend to not want to stick on the same thing for too terribly long. Hell, I even expect Breath of the Wild 2 to be a pretty different game than Breath of the Wild 1. Just because that's how they tend to do things. If I remember right, I think the first time I did this... Oh god. I think the first time I played this game, I think it took me a while to figure out that I was supposed to put them on the pedestal and then hookshot them out. So that is an advantage I have now, where this is, like, I haven't played the game in, like, 5 years, so it's kind of, I wouldn't say I know what I'm doing, but I'll see a puzzle and it'll, like, click a little bit better, because between just intuition and the fact that I kind of have that grade memory sitting around, that'll just kind of surface, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I know what to do here. You could kind of look at Age of Calamity as being a trilogy, to be honest. As being the third title, that is. I don't think they're gonna make 3 open world games. I think they're gonna start messing around with the formula more after the second one. I liked how they introduced the Wall Masters as, like, a new thing in this game. How am I supposed to get up there? Like so. So why don't I just speedrun? Just do it over here. And we can... Ta-da! Oh, thank you for bringing that up for me. I appreciate that. Link's toxic. I don't know, I think... Just looking at, like, 3D Mario games and such, I think Nintendo typically only does the same thing, like, twice. They'll give it a second chance and be like, okay, let's refine the formula, and then after that, they're like, okay, that's enough. How do I get those treasure chests, though? I have to come back for them. Because look at Mario Galaxy. They made the first one, and then they made a second one, because they were like, well, we have more ideas. But then after that, they were like, okay, moving on. And I think that tends to be, like, how they prefer to do things. Like, they'll give it a second shot and refine the formula, but then they'll be like, okay, that's enough. Let's try something new. I think that's a very Japanese developer thing in general, because the Sonic team tends to do it too. Oh, right. I think Japanese developers are, like, all about innovation and moving forward, trying new things. They're not the types to put out a new Call of Duty every year, for example. I think the closest thing Nintendo comes to that is Splatoon, and even that they're doing it every couple of years instead of every year. But even that, it's like, and to be fair, we haven't seen a lot of Splatoon 3 so far, but from what we have seen, I'm just like, yeah, it's another Splatoon. Even Splatoon 2 was like, it's just another Splatoon. Like, it's not something completely different. Amazing, the power of the souls has been transferred to your sword. The guardian deities of my world are on our side too. You really are the chosen one, like a true hero. As long as you have that sword, you should be able to repel the shadows Xanta's spread. She said that in a way that makes me feel like, oh great, I'm gonna get the sword taken away, right? I know that doesn't happen, but it happens in other Zelda games, where you'll, like, lose all of your equipment. Okay, we gotta get these treasure chests, though. It's important to me. Even though, what are the chances of them being important? Yo, it's so shiny, though. Fuck you. Get out of here. Well, I made a mistake. How the hell would I get up there? Oh. There's another switch under there. I think that's why they embraced the concept of Hyrule Warriors, too, because they were just like, what if we made an actual, like, installment along these lines? Whatever, I pulled the sword out, dude. I'm glad they did, because I like Age of Calamity way more than Breath of the Wild, so... I do wonder if, after Age of Calamity, if I would now appreciate Breath of the Wild more. Now that I've seen more of those characters, that was something that bothered me in Breath of the Wild, is like, all of the characters that were important are all dead. And therefore you can't, like, you don't build, like, connections with them at all. And it doesn't feel like there's any stakes, because it's not like you can bring them back or anything. So it feels like a relatively low stakes kind of game. Now I have to remember how to get back up here. But now that I've had that character development through Age of Calamity, maybe I would find it a little bit more appealing now. Now that I've seen all of the events leading up to it and such. Are you kidding me? Yeah, exactly. There wasn't, like, any urgency. We have to stop Ganon. Like, he's already started. It's just, whenever you get to it, I guess. Like, no rush. He's kind of already won, so it's kind of like, you know, whatever. If you feel like it. best case, you can get Zelda back, except she's not your waifu in that game anyway, so, you know, your waifu's still dead. You have the backup waifu, I guess. So it's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I felt no attachment to that world. I didn't feel compelled to, like, be a hero or anything. I say very often that I think Breath of the Wild's a very good open world game, and I think it's a very bad Zelda game. And that's because it takes a lot of the elements of Zelda games and just completely removes them in favor of being a good open world game, which at least it is a good open world game, but... And that's coming from someone who really dislikes open world games, so, like, I would say it's, like, top 5 open world games, like, easily. I think most open world games are a fucking facade. I think a lot of them confuse openness for... Well, you have like 24 side quests, and you can do those instead, but inevitably you're gonna have to progress the storyline to get more side quests. That's not open. That's a lot of side quests. There's a difference. What? It's a little janky. Meanwhile, Breath of the Wild, you could literally... You never have to do the Divine Beasts. You don't even have to ever go beat Ganon. Like, you could just not do it. That's, like, true openness, I think. Another game that I think did very well with that was Starlink. I should play Starlink again. What the fuck are these? Oh. Because that's already been like a couple years since Starlink came out, and whenever I reference it as being like a good open world game, a lot of people are probably going to be like, fuck Starlink. And reasonably so, because, yeah, it's been a while. But that was very similar, where you could just... You have, like, your tutorial area. Your Great Plateau, if you will. And then once you do that, they're just kind of like, okay, you can just go wherever you want now. Just go do things. You can stay here and keep doing stuff. You can go straight to the high-level planets and get your ass beat in. If you want to do that, like, go for it. And if you're good, you'll probably be fine. I don't even remember what, like, the end of the game fucking was in that game. That's how open it was, and it just didn't matter. Whatever. That was almost, like, really cinematic and cool. And then it wasn't. Oh my god. Okay, that's... Dude, I can one-shot him now? That's sick. That was probably... Who needs horror games? Like, that was a pretty good jump scare. that one kind of got me. Fucking horror games, whatever. I think someone has, like, a bonfire going outside or something. Understandable. It's kind of perfect weather for it. I'm not going to be mad about that. And I guess it's worth clarifying that it's completely... You're totally allowed to do that here. So, if anyone's like... Are they allowed to do that? Here? Yeah. Yeah, you can actually do that. I want to go, but oh fuck. Killed him before that became an issue. Wow. Well, that was the thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's nothing. You get more for it out of in Age of Calamity, and you still don't really get a whole lot for it in Age of Calamity. I actually don't remember what you get, but at least you get something. It's a quest of some sort. I think it might still be an increased inventory limit. Except that's actually significantly more useful in that game. Sure, we'll talk about a lot of this tomorrow. It kind of looks like there's a treasure chest over there. Oh, it's up there. I gotcha. I'm picking up what you are putting down, as they say. This is kind of extra. Oh. It's a good thing I got this. This is important. Dun-dun-dun. Whatever, dude. Learn to take a fall. Let me see. What are we doing next? So we want to go through that door. That's kind of the plan. But we also need a key. Oh, and we also need a chest. So, about that. Get fucked. Aw, come on, dude. No, stop. You don't understand. Oh, hi there. Let's just say, can I hit him back now? Did we come all the way over here just to get a return trip? There has to be more to it than this, right? Very hard to make a worthwhile 100% completion reward. Yeah. Yeah, didn't we, like, recently have that happen in a game where I was like, yay, I did it, and now they gave me, like, a god weapon, except the game's over, so I don't get to use it. I guess it was Sonic Colors, except I still had, like, S ranks to do. But it was like, yeah, I have Super Sonic, and I'll never use it, because the game's done. So yeah, it's tricky, for sure. How do you make it compelling while also making it actually 100%? The best way to do it's probably like New Game Plus, where like, okay, you unlocked it, you can take it to new playthroughs now. That's probably like the ideal way to do it. But then you have to make sure that you're not a complete and total god. And something that's real tricky too is like Metroid Dread did this, where like for 100% and like doing the different endings, like you get those cool artworks, but it's also like realistically on day one those artworks were all ripped and put up online anyway, and you can probably just Google them now. So it's like stuff like that is tricky because the player might just be like, well, I'm just gonna look it up online. So you also have to make it compelling to be like, to actually unlock it yourself in the game. So functionality typically will go further there, because then you can actually use it. Then I can actually use Supersonic in the game instead of just watching a video of somebody using Supersonic. Oh my god. The hitbox on the fog is kind of annoying. Now, I do think, to a lot of players... Okay. It's not this one. I think to a lot of players, the act of 100%ing is like its own reward. They don't really do it for the case of a reward, and that's the way it should be, I think. But of course, mileage will vary. Like, I 100% Metroid Dread not because there was a reward, I did it because the game was fun to play. And that's... ideally... I guess the big thing is you want to focus on making sure that... oh god. You want to focus on making sure that the journey on 100% is enjoyable. If it's just a tedious, like, pile of work, I don't think it really matters what the reward is. Whereas if the player is legitimately having fun for that 100%, it also doesn't matter what the reward is, because they had fun doing it. Look at, like, Mario Galaxy, for example, where I've 100% that game a multitude of times. Because I just have so much fun doing it. It doesn't really matter that you don't particularly get anything out of it. Oh. You've got to be kidding me. Nope, they are in fact not kidding me. This is tedious. Oh my god. But look at, and again, mileage is gonna vary on that, like, different people are gonna find different things compelling. I'm pretty much always down for another Mario Galaxy 100% playthrough, because that game is just fun, I think. I did not like speedrunning it, but I think it is fun otherwise. We're definitely going to do another Metroid Dread playthrough on hard and do 100% on that, because the game's fucking fun. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I think my preferred 100% is when it, like... I'm trying to think of a good example here. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I thought was a good 100%, because you outright, like, unlocked another mode. You did 100% and they were like... Oh, bitch. Fuck, I thought I could make it. It's unfortunate. You get all the jigsaw pieces, and then they're like, okay, now you can play a mode where you can only play as one Kong instead of two, except you can play as any of them. It's like, oh, that seems cool. Like, it was an excuse to play the game again. I think those types of 100, like, clearly the best 100% reward is going to be the one that incentivizes you to play the game a second time, I think. Which, like we were saying, it's one that it kind of unlocks so that you can use it in other playthroughs. Yeah, and then you have games like Hyrule Warriors that I'm pretty sure you're not meant to be able to 100%. I actually did 100% Age of Calamity, but, like, the original Hyrule Warriors, that game is fucking long. Like, there's so much, especially if it's the Switch version you're playing, there's so much content in that game. I never even got close. I think at most, I think on the 3DS version, I completed the first 3 adventure maps 100%, and that's still only, like, half of them. Like, there's an unreal amount of content in that game. Despite that, I think I kind of prefer how they designed Age of Calamity, where it's like... It's kind of the main story mode and the adventure map all rolled into one game. So it was, like, overall shorter than the first Hyrule Warriors, but completing, like, the main storyline was kind of longer. Do I want to go this way? Yeah, I guess I got everything outside. I guess we good. Same with Fire Emblem Warriors. That had the same layout as the first Hyrule Warriors, where it was just... You do the quote-unquote story mode, which is just like a linear romp, and then you have the adventure maps. I forget what they were called in Fire Emblem Warriors, but it was basically the same thing. I kind of like how in Age of Calamity, it's just one big game mode. Well, that's unfortunate. Hate to see it happen. Imagine getting here and realizing you missed the Master Key. I feel like a lot of these dungeons are set up in a way where you can miss the Master Key. Like, you can get to the end and then be like, oh, I don't have the key. It was placed in, like, a little offshoot where you have to really be thorough to make sure you got it. I'm not sure if that's good or bad design. I wouldn't necessarily say it's objectively bad. Subjective... You know, I feel like once a year, I forget if it's subjective or objective. I mix them up all the time. And I always have. Only, like, recently was I like, okay, I got it straight. And then I mixed it up again. Sorry, I'm switching back to headphones for the boss. Try and get a little bit more immersed now. If I can. You don't understand. Oh right, my phone wanted a reboot. Yeah, you know what? Do it. Not using you right now. Whatever. First legend mode on hero mode, I think. I was under leveled for it, but I just barely beat the mission with a quarter of a heart and no potions left. Legend mode is that's the story mode, right? I don't think I ever bothered doing it on the highest difficulty. There's not a reason to, right? I don't think you get, like, extra hearts for it or anything. You do get stuff on hard, but not on hero. If I remember right. And yeah, that's something I'm concerned about with Age of Calamity is... I might have a hard time getting back into the groove of things and remembering, like, how do I make characters stronger and such and stuff like that. You know what I mean? God, I want to play that Hyrule Warriors again. I really want to pick that up on Switch at some point. I'm just not super keen on picking it up for $60. But I did really enjoy the first one, like, quite a bit. I mean, I got it on Wii U, I bought all the DLC, I got it on 3DS, and I bought all the DLC again. And I still want to play it again. Like, that's... I feel like it's a pretty good indicator that I was pretty into it. I wish they had added all of the new content into the Wii U version more, like... It was more, like, integrated, because it wasn't. It was just all very tacked on. And that's something I've liked about the Age of Calamity DLC so far, too, is it's very, like, actually added into the game. Now, one thing that I miss from Age... I don't know, have you played Age of Calamity? Have you watched anybody play it? It could be enlightening for you tomorrow if you haven't seen it before. There's one thing that is missing in Age of Calamity that I'm not a big fan of. And that's that, like, the first Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors have that... Almost all of the mission types are with, like, you have, like, a home base, right? And the home base can get overwhelmed and you can lose, so you kind of have to pay attention to that. That's not a thing in Age of Calamity. Every now and then it's a thing. But for the most part, that is not a mechanic in Age of Calamity. Which I really miss. I kind of feel like it... I feel like there's something missing with that not being there. Maybe they'll fix that with the DLC tomorrow. That would be kind of cool. Because I feel like... It's a bit more of a casual romp, I guess. Because you can just go. As long as you don't lose, you're like, as long as your character doesn't die, you're pretty much in fine shape. You just go and just, like, beat up all the enemies. And it's fun, but I miss that strategic element. There was, like, one mission, like, it was, like, the final mission in the end game of Age of Calamity that was actually like that, where you actually have to defend your base. And I was like, why'd they wait this long? Because I missed this. I missed that intensity of, oh, I need to leave someone behind on defense so that I can switch to them and deal with this nonsense. I don't know if I like the boss enemies as much in Age of Calamity either. Like, Age of Calamity does have its problems, but overall I think it was very good. Another issue it has is that, like, the enemies are very samey. there's a serious lack of variety in enemies, and that's mostly due to the fact that there's a serious lack of variety in enemies in Breath of the Wild to begin with. So that kind of causes an issue. There's only like, it's been a while since I've played it, so I'm probably totally wrong on this, but I feel like there's not that many big bosses in Age of Calamity. There's Hinoxes and there's the Taluses, is that what they're called? And there's the Guardians. There's probably another one, but like there aren't that many compared to the first Hyrule Warriors, where it had a lot of cool bosses. God, I'm excited to play Age of Calamity tomorrow. I have no idea what I'm getting into with this next DLC pack. Like, I just haven't been keeping up with it. I figured I would just wait and play it. I know who the new characters are. That's about it. Even then, I don't know. Are they the only new character? Did they add new weapons too? I have no idea. I hope it wows me. And the first DLC pack added like an extra like 20 hours to the game too. Like I was playing it for a while, so I hope that's a thing as well. I'm just sitting on this fucking throne. Get a load of this guy. Time to die, bitch. I still think the gold slippers is a very bold fashion choice. Isn't this ironic? Here we are, all thanks to the dark magic curse you placed on Link. You speak of magic? Still your tongue for a moment, whelp, and I will tell you of both magic and the oppression of ages. Oh hey, exposition. People of our tribe, a tribe that mastered the arts of magic, were locked away in this world like insects in a cage. Was this before or after Harry Potter? He's got a very Voldemort-looking kind of look to him, doesn't he? I never really noticed that before. In the shadows we regressed, so much so that we soon knew neither anger nor hatred, nor even the faintest bloom of desire. And all of it was the fault of a useless, do-nothing royal family that had resigned itself to this miserable half-existence. Yep, he's cracked. I had served and endured in that depraved household for far too long, my imprudent princess. And why, you ask? Because I believed I would be the next to rule our people. That is why. But would they acknowledge me as their king? No. And as such, I was denied the magic powers befitting our ruler. It was then, in the thrall of hatred and despair, that I turned my eyes to the heavens and found a god. Dun dun dun. Oh, he already had that bold fashion choice, even before he was completely insane. This is when you start to realize he's fucking crazy, dude. And that's why I think he's a terrifying villain, because he's just lost. I shall house my power in you. If there is anything you desire, then I shall desire it too. My god had only one wish. To merge shadow and light and make darkness. What a coincidence that I already had the boomerang equipped. You will probably see more than a few elements that made it into his Hyrule Warriors moveset. Shot. I don't think I realized that even the concept of him, like, tiring himself out was from, like, originated from this. Jerk. I guess that makes sense. The movies were a thing when I was in high school, so yeah, it was way before this. Yeah, everything, like... I love how they reference all of this shit in his Hyrule Warriors moveset. There's all this random stuff that's, like... Especially if you haven't played this game, it's very seemingly random in Hyrule Warriors, right? Which, of course, within the context of this game, these are all different boss fights that we've done throughout the night. Oh yeah, he does that too. Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. Yikes. Alright, give me a minute. First of all, let's get rid of that. We're not gonna need that anymore. Fuck. And it's something I like a lot about the Warriors games, is the fact that, just due to the game genre, I think they can think a little bit more, like, a little bit bigger, a little bit more out of the box. Like, a moveset like his would have never worked in Smash Brothers, for instance. Okay, that's fair. Okay. Oh. Wall bad, got it. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do when he's spinning. This music's fucking wild, too. Yep, he's got that. Like, do the things I want you to do. It's easy. Oh god. He's so mad. He's fucking bonkers, dude. I love this villain. He's so silly. Fuck. Grab this really quick, and then I'll do one of those. What a hoot, dude. Oh, that's right. Didn't he, like, take those away or something? I think I forgot that was even a thing. Traitors. Traitors? You want to know why none would call you king? It was your eyes, Sant. All saw it, a lust for power burning in your pupils. Do you think we'd forget our ancestors lost their king to such greed? Midna, foolish Twilight princess, the curse on you cannot be broken. It was placed on you by the magic of my god. The power you held as leader of the Twilight will never return. Already he has descended and been reborn in this world. As long as my master Ganon survives, he will resurrect me without cease. In that case, this will only hurt temporarily. I used just a fraction of the power that's in me now. I did that using only a fraction of my ancestors' magic. He had it coming, it's fine. Link, now is the time. We must save Zelda. Evil power Zant was wielding. I couldn't take it from him, but at least I still have the magic of my ancestors. With it, I can return the cherished power Zelda bestowed upon me. Now let's go. Princess Zelda is waiting. What a fucking hero she turns out to be. Nice. Yeah, let's go. Something I maybe don't like in hindsight is I feel like Xant's dialogue wasn't terrible. It wasn't as kooky as he was. It was a little bit too, like, calm and collected, you know what I mean? Whereas, like, when fighting him, you're like, dude, this motherfucker's unhinged. But you couldn't really tell that from his dialogue so much. So Ganondorf was just using Zant to help him return to the world of light. I guess now we know the true nature of that barrier over Hyrule Castle. He's in Hyrule Castle, I'm sure of it. Princess Zelda's in grave danger. We must return to the world of light and hurry to the castle. Oh. Do you think that ever doesn't hurt? I'm sure the first time you get teleported like that, it's at least ridiculously disorienting. At the least. Do you think it ever, like, goes away? Or do you just never get used to it? Anyway. Also, hey Mario, how's it going? Okay, I think we'll get into the castle and then we'll take a short break. I think that's the plan. It's about that time of the night, anyway. It's a good opportunity. If I remember correctly, this place is a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Not convoluted, but it's an ordeal. It's an ordeal, let's put it that way. I forgot about all of this. Well, this was a good idea. Yeah, this is fine. this is fine. Hey Raiders, how's it going? Since you don't know the command, it doesn't. It only works for mods, and it doesn't work anymore anyway, so I have to get that fixed eventually. Something with video codecs got fucky. I thought there was going to be more dialogue, which is why I was waiting. But there actually wasn't. She just went ham, and that's that. Oh, that's dramatic. let's press the pause button right there. Actually, let's not quite do that, because the rain is very pleasant and I like it. So we're gonna listen to that for a moment. I do need to take a break, but how are you guys doing? Kane and Kyle and Lan and Lightning and Flapper. Hey guys, all doing? You were playing some Castlevania tonight, I think it was? That's the wrong window. I think that's what you were up to. Hope that went well for you. Did you, is this the Advanced Collection that you picked up, or did you already own the games and you just used the release of that as an excuse to play them? And had you ever played them before? I haven't played the Advanced ones. I played the DS ones, though, and really liked them. I think I played 2 of the DS ones. Never finished any of them, though. I'd like to get the Advanced Collection at some point. I don't know, I'm gonna have time to get to it, but... Yeah, I kind of used it as an excuse to start playing the Anniversary Collection, finally, because I had bought that, like, 2 years ago and just never gotten around to it. Oh, I only did Castlevania 1 and 2 so far, but I've been having a good time with it so far. Thunderbird, how's it going? Thanks for coming along. Anyone else who was quietly lurking? Raid lurking? It's good to have you as well. As I said, it is break time. It's that time of the night. But I won't be long. I just want to stretch for a little bit and grab a drink, and then we're gonna head into Hyrule Castle. If anyone thought that we just beat Zant, for anyone who was hanging out prior to that, if you thought Zant was gonna be the end of the game, it's not the end of the game. We still have quite a bit to go. That would have, if we only had 2 hours left in the game, I would have finished it last stream. I would have just been like, nah, let's just get it done. But I still foresee we're probably gonna finish early tonight, if I had to guess. I don't think that we're gonna get 4 hours out of Hyrule Castle, but I guess we'll see what happens. So yeah, anyway, stay put, or go take a break if you need to as well. I'll be back in just a minute after I grab a drink, and then we'll dive into the final dungeon in the game. So yeah, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Sorry about that. It took a little bit longer than I expected. Because I reached into the fridge to grab a drink and discovered that something had been leaking and was making one hell of a mess. I didn't want to take the time to clean it all up because it would have taken significantly longer, but I wanted to at least get what was leaking out of there so that it wasn't continuing to make even more of a mess. And then inevitably leave it for someone else to discover later to have to deal with. So I didn't want to just... I didn't want to be that roommate that was just like, someone else will deal with it, it's fine. And now the cat's up and decided that she wants out of the room? Really? You couldn't have done that while I was up for the... That had to have been like 8 minutes that I was up taking care of that. Looks like it was closer to 10 minutes. You couldn't have just... You couldn't have taken that opportunity to take a break? You're gonna do this to me? I think you know what needs to happen. If you're gonna interrupt the stream, you have to at least come over and say hi to everybody. You're not gonna make me explain the hierarchy of content again, are you? You know the rules. At the very bottom of the list, you have dead air content. Then you upgrade to like actual game content. The dead air is what happens when you interrupt the stream. But then if you come up and say hi and be adorable, like you're being right now, then it just upgrades even further because then we got cat content. So cold. You had enough already. You had enough already? Oh, yeah, you have. Do you want out of the room? Alright, I'm gonna open the door for you. And if you immediately leave, then everything is fine. But if you just stare at the door because you just want it to be open, then I'm gonna close it again and forever hold your peace. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? You coming or you going? There you go. There you go. I'll check after I don't know, murder a dark nut or something, and if you want to come back in, you can come back in. Alright. Sorry about that again. Not only did I get pulled away for, the fridge being a mess, but then, you know, sometimes the cat just decides that... I mean, clearly, nothing else matters. I should have known better, right? Where'd the palace guards go, by the way? We just kind of walked in. This game has, like, a ridiculous ridiculous number of dungeons as well. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a long game. Bloody Moon, how's it going, by the way? Thanks for coming along on the raid. Good timing, because you managed to pop back in as I was sitting back down, as opposed to popping in while I was still up. Get out of here. What the hell? Oh, they can walk through it. Okay, I see how it is. What? Fucking trolls. I'm gonna pull one of these. It's gonna be funny. Yeah, one of those. I would have preferred to hit all three of them, but I guess what can you do? We down here? I'm surprised that Link didn't go for the fancy, the flourish. He's all business right now, it seems. Alright, Theo, take it easy. Thanks for stopping and hanging out for a little bit. As we were just talking a bit ago, I'll be playing the Age of Calamity DLC tomorrow, so if you want to see some more of that, I think it'll be a good time. And then we'll do, Mario Golf will be on Saturday this week. It's been hectic last 2 days for you. Yeah, I noticed that, you weren't here Tuesday, and I don't think you were here Monday either. I hope everything's alright. Nice, the double. Did not work as planned. We good here? Well, he's still not going for the flourish. Link's just not interested in showing off right now. Okay. That door is not locked. I think the one on the far left was locked. I think this one was locked, too.
Oh, hell, she did get a good scratch on me.
It's not bleeding, but I could feel it kind of stinging. And I was like, uh-oh.
I don't know if you can see it on the camera, especially since it's not bleeding.
Nah, I don't think you can. Oh, so this is also one. It's just the middle one that's unlocked. Okay. I think I vaguely remember getting stuck here the first time I played this game. I think I made a mistake the first time I played this game because I played it in one sitting. Well, 2 sittings, but, within the span of, 48 hours, I played the entire game. I, deprived myself of sleep and everything. It was right out of high school. I was like, whatever, I'm invincible. I'm young. I can do whatever the fuck I want. But as a result, I think the later parts of the game in particular started being very, nice. Started being very, I got lost easily. He really doesn't want to show off right now. From the part of me that wants to go fast appreciates it. Well, I see if there's a treasure chest up there, but I don't think I can get up there at the moment. Man, even this part of the game is so, it's so eerie. The atmosphere in this game is just, off the fucking charts, and I think it's probably my favorite part about the game. Roops don't really matter anymore, but I guess that's cool. Now it's just the fun of seeing how many Roops I can get before the end of the game. He's got a key, dude. I have come to play. Probably gonna wreck you again, just so you know. How did that last hit not hit him? Oh, hello? Excuse me? What? What the hell? Heat him. Dude, sometimes the roll around the enemy is, like, kind of nerve-wracking, because it actually looks like you're gonna full 360 around them, and then they're still gonna hit you. Okay, that's fair. I didn't know you could do that. I respect the new trick. Dude, hit him. I do feel like the combat in this game has a little bit more depth than I've been giving it credit for, but the thing is that, like, you can kind of ignore it, I guess. You could brute force your way through a lot of these fights, I think. But these bigger enemies do have, like, a fair deal of, finesse to them. Enough. Well, thanks. Finally had enough, huh? I follow the strongest side. That's all I have ever known. Link. He spoke. He sure did. I don't think I ever put it together that, like, every time you fight that guy, it's, like, the same guy. Like, I think the first few... It's just, like, my third or fourth time playing the game. Despite that, it's been a couple years, so it's not, like, super fresh in my memory. But I think as a kid, I never put it together. Well, kid, I was out of high school at the time. I think I was, like, 20 when this game came out. I think I thought that it was just a bunch of the same type of enemy, and that it wasn't always the same dude. But now it's like, now I'm real, like, I pick up on more details, like, I'm more observant now than I was then, I think. Now I'm like, oh, it was the same guy the whole time. Bokoblin King for Smash? Dude, it's so peaceful but also unsettling. That's a lot of enemies. I think we're... Yup. Dude. All I wanted to do was snipe the dude. That's it. I guess this is part of, why I remember this dungeon being kind of elaborate, is because you have, like, the courtyard and the castle interior. Nah, that's fair. I think it's that I'm waiting long enough before sheathing that he's, like, just putting it away. Like he's not bothering with the whole ordeal. I think if you do it too quickly, that's when it's like a 3-second window or something. There's not a lot I can do here, it doesn't look like. Oh, never mind. Hello, boyfriend. Help me raise some chaos. Oh god, I should probably not hit the exploding barrels. My bad, boyfriend. He's fine. He's fine. Go this way first. Oh god. The steering. It's not easy. Fuck you, dude. Wish you could, like... No, you don't understand. You can't, like, move when you have the arrow out in this game, which is kind of frustrating. From a modern standpoint. It's like, I'm so used to being able to do stuff like that in newer games that it's, I think for the most part, I'm pretty good at, like, taking a game at its age and not holding it to modern. And I'm not, like, really criticizing the game for the fact that you can't do that. I'm just observing. You don't... No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Okay. Well. A lot of things just happened. Is this... Yeah, I think this is where I got stuck, only not. Just looks like a normal hole. I seem to recall there's a point in this dungeon where you have to, like, randomly switch into wolf and dig under a wall. And it's kind of like... You have to be super observant to have figured it out. It's like a Z, kinda. Okay, sweet. I'm really not close enough. Man. Oh, now it's just behind everything. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yay. Goodies. Ooh, map, probably? Yeah. Compass would have been nice, too. Despite it not really mattering at this point in the game, I still find myself wanting to pick up just every little treasure chest. Let's go here. Okay. Oh, I think that little hole... Oh, no, it's... Yeah, there is, like, that back area that I think you have to dig into somehow. Let's look around this area first. You're either going to have to dig that one little spot I saw. I kind of backed down from that because it didn't look... It was a small hole, so I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to be it. Ooh. Amoebaverse stamp? This reeks of Amoebaverse stamp. Yep. Oh, she's sad. I guess I can't blame her. Look at what's come of the castle. It's not in great shape. Try this. Ah, okay. Usually the ones you can burrow through are, like, bigger spots. I think this was the part that, like, stumped me as a kid, like, way back when. Just because it was very... How do I get over there? Just because it was a little, like, how was I supposed to know this was back here? Aside from just observing the map. Which isn't something that the rest of the game, like, trains you to do, I guess is the issue. Okay, let's not. Wolf combat sucks. There we go. That's what I wanted. Just a moment. Just a moment. We need the, where do I want to put the bombs? I don't want to get rid of the arrows, because I think they're going to be worthwhile in the long run still. Even though, like, switching inventory in this game is easy peasy. Still trying to do it, like, optimally, I guess. That rock looks suspicious. But if I do say so myself. Okay. Stack of bricks looks suspicious, too. Okay, that doesn't work. Another one? Where the fuck did you come from? Okay, let's switch back to... Another one, dude! What on earth? There's two of them? Did they just... Oh my goodness. I forgot that the ghosts were a thing. I think I just have to blow that up, maybe? Beauty. If I'm lucky, that will also hit the rock. Nice. Oh, it actually stays put down, okay. What we got here? Who puts 1 rupee in a treasure chest? Are you screwing with me? Like... I feel like I made this joke before in another Zelda game. Maybe it was early on in this game, but like... The chest probably cost more than the rupee was worth. That's more like it. We'd love to see it. Okay, they do give me lantern oil here. Can I not light the other one since it's, like, out in the rain? Also, did that just stop the rain? That's interesting. How does that work? This one magical fucking lantern, let me tell you. Torch, rather. Oh, what? Do I have to rush to do it? Dude, why? Sometimes with games these days, I'm just kind of like... Oh, it took a minute for the rain to stop. Sometimes I'm just like, what is this meant to prove? You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's a terribly, like, interesting puzzle, I guess is what I'm getting at. I thought I was gonna also have to get both of these out before the rain started, and it closed again. Fortunately, that wasn't a thing. What's this? Door opens where a specter's gaze. Is that a hint towards the thing I just did? Because that would make me a little salty. That's also, like, that's a pretty tricky puzzle, because, like, the concept of using your senses to, like, look for ghosts hasn't really been a thing in a while. That was first pointed out to us way back at the beginning of the game, so it's like, you have to just remember that throughout the duration of the game, and remember that it's still relevant here. I kind of appreciate them saying, like, you're done here. You can move on. I don't know if I completely trust them. I feel like there might still be some loot somewhere, but okie dokie. I guess they were trying to point me up to where the key is. Where was the... Where did I dig in through? Here? Awkward. Like, I just have this bad feeling that once I get the compass, I'm gonna have to come back out here because there's gonna be stuff I missed. You guys rebuilt all of those walls while I was gone? Like, I wasn't gone that long. Also, bye. I don't know how your buddy saw me and you didn't notice anything at all, but okie dokie. Oh no, exploding barrels. They're everywhere. You hate to do it, but I also didn't want to run around in circles until we tired out, so... What does Ganon want? Ganondorf in particular. He just wants to take over. I'd be curious to see, like, a game that covers Ganondorf's backstory, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like, what's his deal? Why is he so evil? Hi. Oh, you guys are coming in hot. Okay, that's fair. I didn't think of it that way. We done here? Even this music is so fucking eerie, dude. I love it. The atmosphere and presentation of this game is just out of control. Compass? That's the compass. Yeah, I don't think you actually get an item in this dungeon, so I think we basically have all the goodies at this point. Actually didn't miss any chests. You love to see it. There's those two up on the walls, but we have to like get there. Look at all the fucking loot on this fucking floor, dude. Look at that shit. I can't even count how many treasure chests that is, because they're so close together. There's at least like 12 of them there. I don't necessarily want to go that way. I think we want to try to get the treasure chests first. There's one over there. That's not close enough. This might actually be our only choice with how this is set up. Oh, hi there. What's going on? Okay. Okay, that's fair. Well played. Yeah, I don't think you can shield bash him. See what I mean about the roll, like, putting you back in front of them? Like, I miss their back, like, a lot of the times. How did you block that? Excuse me? I forgot about that. That was worth a shot. Oh, he actually wasn't as difficult as I was expecting that fight to last a little bit longer. Yeah, we did it. Okay. Lantern puzzle. Got it. Alright. Also need you. Oh. We gotta do it from over there, though. I'm picking up what you put down. Clever. If we do this... There we go. It kind of takes the suspense out of chests in this dungeon, doesn't it? Because now they're just all gonna be rupees. I guess the occasional key? I think that's an issue that they need to resolve moving forward if they were gonna make this style of a Zelda game again. And even if they were to make a 2D Zelda game again, I think it would probably need to be addressed. But I feel like finding the map and the compass isn't, like, exactly compelling, and then even when you take those out, it isn't exactly compelling. I think there's a couple of Zelda games where they already took the maps out, and probably the compasses, too, and, then treasure chests are just like, well, best case it's a key or a rupee, which those aren't terribly exciting. I think it was Phantom Hourglass in particular that has, like, a lot of treasure chests that just have, like, random loot. Like, oh, you found a butterfly necklace, and I'm like, cool, I guess. You seem to think I'm excited by that, and I'm not. just to be clear. Oh, I think I remember this. There's like a switch behind one of these paintings or something. This is probably what that thing in the courtyard was referring to. And this is one of those things that's kind of like... That's why it's a refurbished playthrough, I guess. Because, like, if I was playing this blind, how fucking long would it take me to figure this out? Probably a very long time, but it's just, I just so happen to remember that specific detail for when I have played the game last. It's kind of, maybe a little bit of an unfair advantage, but you can't ever, like, truly forget stuff like that, unfortunately. Oh, good, two of them. Yeah, that makes sense. Or at that point in the game, I guess. I think it might just be an unfortunate truth that, like, viewers will probably value a first-time playthrough, like a true first-time playthrough, more than a, I've played it before, because... I think I just got close enough to pull the other one. I should have pulled him way further back. Jerk. Jerk. This is a really bad position I'm in. This motherfucker just does not want... He's just waiting for the other guy to hit me. There we go. That should help a lot. Link, you didn't even try to circle around him that time, dude. It's fair, I guess. No, I want those. So I'm trying to remember if Wind Waker had that issue too, with the roll-around attacks, where sometimes Link would just roll in the direction you're pressing instead of rolling around the enemy. It's never a fun time. Easy. Okay. What, like video games are hard? Okay. Oh, it's not open, dude. That's the master key. We need it. Oh, it is open. Oh. 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 What? I mean, I'm pretty sure I could have handled it. But, thanks. Fellas, I guess. That guy has a mortar. What? Like, what? Where did you even get that? It was weird how the first barrels I destroyed didn't make any sounds. I wonder if it's because I was like still kind of in the you got a new weapon. Like that probably is designed to kind of silence everything else, if I had to guess. Alright, we do have a key. We're maxed on rupees, I just noticed that. Not that there's anything I could immediately think of to go do with those, but... Oh no. What have I done? Oh, it's these clowns again. Okay. Come on, don't waste my time. Get down here. Bitch. Roops. Oh, okay. Okay. It's a little bit more exciting because yeah, I don't need the rupees at the moment. Thank God that I'm actually wondering, is there anything I should go spend the rupees on? I don't think I have any big money sinks left in the game though. Because I'm pretty sure that room up at the top that's gonna have like 12 treasure chests in it, pretty sure most of those are rupees. So not being able to pick those up kind of sucks, but I don't think I really have anything. Like, I bought the magic armor. I guess I could use the magic armor. I guess that's a thing. I funded the shop and everything. Yeah, maybe the next time they throw a bunch of dark nuts at me, I'll maybe that's the play. I think I want to drop down here. Let me go up here. Here. Get more roops. Dude, I think that might be the first silver rupee we've seen, too. It's unfortunate. What a tragic waste. On the other hand, it's fortunate that in the original GameCube and the Wii release, I think the Wii release did it too, the game has... You can't pick up rupees if your wallet's full. You just put them back. Which is kind of nice, I guess. But it also sucks if you want to, like, clear out a dungeon and get every treasure chest. Because then there'll just, like, perpetually be treasure chests that are like, oh yeah, I still have to open that, I guess. Why can't you move while aiming in this game? It's so annoying, dude. Hello? That's not what I wanted at all. Neither's that. That might work. Surprised, actually. My hopes weren't terribly high on that one. Just like torches. Sometimes they sometimes I'll see a puzzle like this and I'll be like, this has to be more complicated than they're making it look. Like, it just has to. What? So to be very fast, I guess? That one seems to stay lit longer than the others. Or is there, like, a certain order I have to do this in? I think that might be the case. It seems like when I light one, the other ones go out. Alright, talk to me, ghost boys. Or don't. It's fine. I didn't need your help anyway. I guess this is just a trial and it, like... It seems weird that it would just be a trial and error sequence. Oh, okay. I would assume we're reading it from this angle. Is the fire where we start or where we finish? These are all important questions. The fire's where we finish, okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I've ever seen that solution before. I must have, like, forced my way through that one, like, every single time I played the game. Or I just didn't bother coming this way, which is possible. You don't really have to come this way. Well, you're not even fucking dark nuts, dude. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We bought it. We have the roops. We're gonna do it. Dude, I wonder if you can actually hit the finisher on them. You just have to be real fast. No, Link, what are you doing? Man, I wish you could just use this armor. Like, it does look kind of cool. But even just, like... I think having it drain rupees by just walking around... It's not even by walking around, it's just by wearing it. I think that was maybe, like, a little too much. I think you could have made it just when you take damage. And that probably would have been fine. Okay. I think we're good here. Yeah, we can go upstairs. This is fine. We're actually making very good progress. Not very good very good progress, but I mean very good pacing. We'll probably finish early, and then it's a matter of, do I want to go do, like, the challenge dungeon, like the 50 level thing, or just call it quits early? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, there's, like, a certain path you have to go through here. Actually, you know what I could... Depending on how early we finish, I could go do a Link's Awakening speedrun. That might be a decent option, to be honest. I've been having a lot of fun with that one. I wouldn't mind getting in a practice run. I just happened to have a moment where I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need the spinner soon. I might as well just equip it. Can't be helped sometimes. You just remember things, you know? I think I remember getting stuck here too, because it's not terribly obvious that you can hookshot these. It's not terribly obvious that there's, like, grading on them. Is kind of the thing. You motherfuckers just got no chance. Okay, I tried to get cute. That's on me. Bum. Bum. Ba-bum. Bum. Ba-bum. It's unfortunate. And we got really lucky and managed to land on the one of the few... Dude, the music's, like, swelling so much as we head up here. This is pretty... Like, I love the dynamic music in this game and everything. This game's got a lot of cool shit going for it. What, like you're special? We fought one of you already. And now we're gonna be a tryhard. I just noticed that we still have our old sword. We can unequip the Master Sword? I didn't know you could do that in this game. Why would you want to do that? That's why I didn't realize it was a thing you could do. Because, like, why would you want to? Challenge mode? Everything will take, like, twice as much damage? I hit the wall. Are you serious? I feel like that would be a great... So I typically am very vocal about thinking that 3 heart challenges are stupid. I think that would be the real challenge mode, is Master Swordless. You'd probably have to use it in the Twilight, Palace of Twilight, to get through that area. Why would you... Oh my god. I don't know why that control issue is a thing. Sometimes you press ZR and he does a shield bash, and sometimes he does a jump attack instead. I don't get it. I don't think the shield bash is even a thing you can do on this fight, so I'm kind of doing it for no particular reason, but what can I say? I wanted to mix it up a little bit. Oh, he alone dropped 100 roops. Love to see that. Oh yeah, I guess I don't know where... One of the keys in this dungeon is basically optional. The only reason you get it is so that you can come in here. Which is just a little loot hoard. Oh my goodness. Most of these are probably going to be rupees. Which is unfortunate, because I don't really need them at this point. I'm actually more excited about Miiverse stamps, even though they're completely useless. I guess that's cool. I'm pretty sure you don't need bombs for the final boss. So, that's actually kind of useless. I'm not sure why they put it in a treasure chest like that. Should have been arrows, because you absolutely need arrows for the end of this. Do I have any bottles? No, my bottles are all full. So no fairies. See, that's more worthwhile than the 10 bombs, if you ask me. That's completely useless. It's just... You're just being funny now. I'm almost certain you don't need... I guess you could use bomb arrows. Maybe. If anything, I'm more excited about the roots. See, I almost made back everything that I just used on all those fights, so you love to see that. Oh boy. Oops. They bought one too many treasure chests, and they had to put something in there. Okay. Oh, onward. I'm really torn now. I don't know if I want to... I think my options are to either go do... I think only this and Wind Waker have this. No, I think there was one in Ocarina of Time, too. They have those things where it's like a multi-layered dungeon where they're just kind of rooms with battles in them. I don't remember what you get from it, but, like, that's an option for something I could do as, like, for the rest of the stream. Just to fill the time. Could have been doing it a long time ago, and I was just like, nah, we're just gonna keep moving. Or, like I said, I could just do another Link's Awakening speedrun. I think that's kind of appealing to me at the moment, if I'm being honest. Because I was having a lot of fun. I am having a lot of fun with running that again recently. I just haven't really had time to actually make another... do speedrun nights again. Welcome to my castle. So you're Ganondorf. Oh, he is. He sure is. I've been dying to meet you. Your people have long amused me, Midna, to defy the gods with such petty magic, only to be cast aside. How very pathetic. Pathetic as they were, though, they served me well. Their anguish was my nourishment. Their hatred bled across the void and awakened me. I drew deep of it, and grew strong again. People had some skill, to be sure, but they lacked true power. The kind of absolute power that those chosen by the gods wield. He who wields such power would make a suitable king for this world, don't you think? Such conceit. But if you are one of the chosen wielders of power as you claim, I will risk everything to deny you. The shadow has been moved by light, it seems. How amusing. Very well. Deny me, then. Yes, try to deny me. You and your little friend. I don't think that did anything. Both of you, faithless fools who would dare to take up arms against the King of Light and Shadow. So you choose, and so you shall feel my wrath. That was weird. I had control for a second, and then they completely, like, took control away. Thought the gamepad died or something. So this is, like, borderline impossible with waggle controls, in my opinion. I remember when I played this on Wii, I was like, dude, this is really hard. Because the waggle controls were just so, like, inconsistent. I don't remember if you have to hit her after that or not. I'm gonna try an arrow. So that link was a situation where I wanted you to just dash to the right and not try to go around them. Well, that was the thing. Congratulations. Good work. Here we go again, huh? That attack's weird, actually. It makes it look like he's only controlling the sword or something. She looks like she's just being dragged along by the sword. It's really bizarre. Yeah, I much prefer just having a button press for a fight like this. I don't remember if Skyward Sword ever made you do anything like this. I don't think it did. How does Midna just know how to do this stuff? She's like, nah, I got this. I got this under control. I did it once, lost control, and then, you know, now everything's fine. This fight has so many phases. It's kind of crazy. Oh, okay. I don't know where I thought he was going. That's fair. I hadn't seen it. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, fuck your stupid wound. Oh, I went the wrong way. That's unfortunate. Forgot that he did this. Except now he's gonna keep doing that. I don't remember if I can just, like, I remember what I have to do, but I don't know if I can just do it, or if I have to wait for the game to be like, oh, here's what you do, by the way. Guess we're gonna find out. And unfortunately, as many phases as this fight has, it's still like every phase is a 3-hit and done kind of thing. From what I remember. See, all that sumo nonsense earlier in the game actually wound up coming back and being relevant again. Say nothing, Midna. Your heart and mine were as one, however briefly. Such suffering you've endured. Just reminds me of the Sigma virus. Like, a lot.
Would have been cool if you got to, like, control her here or something. And just, like, beat the snot out of a floating Ganondorf head with 6 arms. Like, it would have been kind of neat. Well, that worked. How did he just have a horse sitting around ready? Like, sometimes, sometimes the, like, convenience in video games just kind of, like, blows me away. Like, he just had it at the ready, huh? Spirits of the light, wielders of the great power that shines far and wide upon the lands of our world. In my hour of need, grant me the light to banish evil. It's so sad that Zelda doesn't get more screen time in this game, because I think this one in particular I think is really cool. But she just doesn't, like, get to do anything. Link, chosen hero. Lend us the last of your power. I'm pretty sure you're the one with all the power right now, if being honest. What are you doing? I knew you came back in. I thought you popped up and went back to sleep. Oh, you're killed.
I'll try to slow Ganondorf with my light arrows. You target him and keep him within range. Oh boy, jousting. Oh, okay. Yeah, this whole part of Hyrule Field is here, like, just for this, basically. Oh, come on. You're a cheater. I mean, all the other mounted combat sections, too, but it's like... Oh my god, I'm... not a fan of the mounted combat in this game. I remember that was something that people were like, yo, dude, that's so cool. It's like, is it, though? Like, is it? I never really understood the appeal. Oh my god, he's just being a bully right now. Dude, come on. Also, Zelda, are you gonna shoot him anytime soon? Like, you haven't even tried to hit him yet. What are you doing? He's just bullying us. And you're just hanging out looking pretty. I mean, you're doing a good job of it, don't get me wrong. But, I think it's because I'm not supposed to be in front of him, but he keeps approaching from that angle. Like, he's not giving me much of a choice here. Zelda, hit him! What are you doing? She's not even trying to ready a shot. There we go. I think I just had to get him out of that loop. There, now we're talking. I mean, that was terrible aim, but one step at a time. I went too fast. Really? Yeah, as much as critical as I am of the wolf combat in this game, this is probably worse. The wolf combat's just kind of, like, generic and uninteresting, which is a different problem entirely. What the hell? Really? Really? Also, how'd you not hit him? He was kind of standing still there. You have to, like, try and break free from his pursuit, first of all. Otherwise, he's just gonna run us over like that. Talking. Nice. Alright, that sucked. And I didn't like it. An impressive-looking blade, but nothing more. Would you hear my desire? I would actually love to know more about this character, don't they? Like, yes. Take this. Ah, fuck. Something, something, something evil. Oh yeah, Theo left, unfortunately. We were talking, like, way back at the beginning of this playthrough, that for whatever reason, you can bring out the fishing rod here and, like, confuse him with it. And it's really weird. I'm not gonna do it. Kind of breaks immersion, you know what I'm saying? Alright, that was interesting. I'm not really sure. Oh, fuck you, dude. That's fair. Hit me with the forward smash. It's fine. Oh, fucking... He just dodges them. Okay, I was curious. Ooh, that almost sucked. How am I not hitting him? That's something that's really weird about this game's combat, is like, you really can only hit an enemy when they're in their, like, designated opening window. If they're not in that, even if the sword strike lands, it's still just, it just doesn't hit them. It's really kind of strange. Give me another one of those chance shots, dude. What you doing? That seems to be my only hope. Or the fishing rod of destiny. Oh, hell. Okay, and then Link decided, nah, I'm gonna jump backwards instead. That's fair, I guess. I like the implications of, like, how long has Ganondorf been dealing with these fucking kids in green at this point, right? And something I find pretty interesting is that, like, while Link and Zelda are, like, different incarnations, I think it's always the same Ganondorf and Ganon, isn't it? He's gotta be getting sick of it, right? Like, fuck, the green kid again? Damn. Why is it always green? I do think one of the only things I really like about Wind Waker is the final battles are really fucking cool. And I think that one, it might potentially be better than this. Do not think this ends here. The history of light and shadow will be written in blood. It's so creepy, dude. And like the boss he is, he just dies standing up. I do love that. Well, there's a bit of a graphical error there. They're displaying, like, in front of the hill, but you can tell with the perspective of the way they're standing is that they're supposed to be behind the hill. I wonder if that's in the original game or if that's an HD exclusive thing. What? Say something. Am I so beautiful that you've no words left?
Volpe was saying early in one of the earlier episodes about how like aren't her lines actually in English, but they were like backwards or something? I wonder if there's a recording on YouTube of like all of her lines reversed. I'd be curious to listen to. So yeah, overall, like, I'm at a... My verdict and my thoughts on this game are a little peculiar, if I'm being honest. I think as far as the 3D Zeldas go, it's still my favorite. And a lot of that is just because of, like, the game's atmosphere and sound design is just... It's also nutty. Like, it's... They really paid a lot of attention to detail and stuff like that. I think from a gameplay... We mentioned earlier, I think from a gameplay perspective that I might like Skyward Sword more. Because that combat has a little bit more going for it. But I think everything else about this game I prefer. Like, as far as, like, visual style and audio design and overall atmosphere and environment, plot, characters. I do think, as far as the Awakening remake goes, that's probably... I think that probably took the crown as far as favorite Zelda goes. Because that has a lot of the same, like, kookiness that this game has. Except I think it kind of plays better. I feel like this game's aged well and also hasn't aged well in a couple of ways. There's a couple of things, I think visually, and maybe as far as like level design goes, I think it's aged pretty well. I think the controls have maybe not aged super well, and I think that might be a result of the fact that this game was made for multiple platforms. So there's a bunch of, like, weird stuff going on, like... The fact that the camera is as bad as it is, for instance. Now, on the Wii version, I don't think you would have been able to control the camera anyway, so that might explain it. And I do think that, was the next 3D Zelda after this Skyward Sword? I guess it was, right? Realistically, there aren't that many 3D Zeldas, which is kind of interesting. I think they did evolve the combat a lot in that game. It's so crazy to think that I think if they took the best of, like, this game and Skyward Sword and left out all of the worst, it'd be crazy to... It is crazy to think about, like, what the game would be like, you know what I mean? Overall, still... an experience I had a lot of fun with. I could see myself playing it again in the future, but I almost wonder if I might need to take a different approach if I were to play it again. And when I say that, I don't necessarily know what I mean. What would a different approach? How? Would you get out from under me, please? She was being very extra and testing my patience yesterday, and I'm really worried that she's going to be doing that again tonight.
think she wants out. Hold on. I think she just isn't happy whenever the door is closed. She's like, no, 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 I want to be able to come and go as I please. I low-key miss when she just didn't come in here at all when I was streaming. Made things a hell of a lot easier.
I don't know. The sad truth, and I feel like we've kind of highlighted this a couple times as throughout this playthrough, because it's been a thing for almost the entire playthrough. I think something that kind of stained this playthrough is the fact that it happened to be one of those spans of time where YouTube wasn't at its best. And, just in terms of, like, the algorithm letting people know I'm live, notifications working, etc. This, and I think overall that did affect how much I enjoyed the playthrough. I did have fun with it. I arguably had significantly more fun when YouTube was actually letting people know to be here. When it got quiet, it got very like, okay, what's the point of doing this a little bit? And there's no... That's just the unfortunate reality, is that I think that did hurt this playthrough in particular. I guess if I were to play it again, I would want to make sure that that wouldn't be a thing, but the sad truth is that there is no way to make sure that won't be a thing. The only thing you can really do is be like, YouTube's not working, I'm just gonna put everything on hold and try again later, which isn't something I necessarily want to do when there's a bunch of other stuff I want to... Anyway, we've been down this path multiple times. Well, I guess this is farewell, huh? Light and shadow can't mix, as we all know. But never forget that there's another world bound to this one. Shadow and light are two sides of the same coin. One cannot exist without the other. I know now the reason the goddesses left the Mirror of Twilight in this world. Left it because it was their design that we should meet. Yes, that's what I believe. Zelda, your words are kind and your heart is true. Fallen High Ruler like you. Then maybe you'll do alright. Thank you. Well, the princess spoke truly. As long as that mirror's around, we could meet again. I was never really a fan of how they ended it like this, to be honest. Because I guess I don't understand why she destroyed the mirror. Like, I think she was trying to do the right thing, but I think she was looking at it rather naively. It's just, what does anyone else have to say about it, right? Which is kind of frustrating. I don't know. I felt like they were maybe doing it just to be like, they wanted to lock themselves out of making another one. Which is kind of weird, because I feel like most of the other Zelda games are left kind of that they could come back to them if they wanted to. But this one was so definitive that they were like, no, this is it. And maybe it's just because I like this one so much that I'm like, damn, you could have made a second one. We'll let the credits continue playing through. I think, so I mentioned earlier about potentially going back and doing the challenge dungeon or doing a Link's Awakening speedrun to top this off. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to call it quits. I'm not a big fan of, like, when streamers point this out, because I feel like it comes off as being guilt-trippy pretty often. But I'm just being blunt about it. No one's fucking watching. So it's, why should I continue, right? Why should I push myself? If the game is over, in particular, why should I push myself to continue? To make up filler content to fill things with, when YouTube isn't telling anyone I'm live? What's the point? My heart's not going to be in it. I'm just going to be stressed the entire time. So I think we'll just, for the sake of the archive, we'll leave it on the good note of the game's finale. It was a good time. I think I did a thorough enough playthrough as far as, like, do I feel like I could have done more side stuff? I could have, but I also think this was kind of comfortable the way it was. I think I didn't rush it, but I didn't dawdle too much. So I think I'm mostly happy with that. Yeah, it was a good time. I'm glad I decided to finally make the opportunity to play it again. I've been meaning to play this again for as long as I've been streaming, really. Which is a little over three years now, I think. And whenever I almost made a plan to play it again, there would always be other people playing it. And especially 3 years ago in the YouTube gaming climate, I didn't like that idea as much, of just being like, everyone playing the same thing. Now the YouTube community is a little bit weaker, so that doesn't matter as much to me. I don't think I've seen anybody playing it recently anyway, so it doesn't work one way. It works both ways, really, but I'm glad I committed and said, no, we're gonna play that again. How long are these credits, dude? Oh, these are probably the credits for the HD remaster. Which I do think that the Wii U version is perhaps... It is probably the definitive way to enjoy it. I think the Switch is in a very interesting place, because people tend to complain that all Nintendo does is port their old games while simultaneously asking them to port all of their old games. I do wonder if they'll ever put this and Wind Waker HD on Switch. I feel like it would be easy enough to do. It's just a matter of them looking at it from the perspective of when would it be a good time to do it, I guess. When would there be a window of, hey, we gotta put out another Zelda game, and, you know, the main Zelda games take a while to make. If I had to guess, we might see these two hitting Switch maybe after Breath of the Wild 2. Maybe like 2 years after it. At that point, we might already be looking at the next generation of Switch, but I would probably recommend this version and then the GameCube version and then the Wii version. I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend people play the Wii version. I don't really love the waggle controls too much. That's that. See, as I said, I think I'm just gonna call it quits. We'll just let the finale be a little bit of a shorter episode. I think it nailed about how long I wanted it to be anyway. So that's fine. I think I said early in the stream that we were either going to hit around the 4-hour mark or we were going to go way over time. I was pretty sure we were going to hit under, but it's about 3 hours and 30 minutes. Well, man, closer to 40 minutes by now. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Overall, glad I played it again. Had a good time. I hope those that tuned in to watch some of it also had a good time. Again, it's unfortunate that I think YouTube kind of sabotaged this playthrough a little bit. I think, like, the first episode did really well, and then the rest of them have all done very poorly. And I don't like blaming YouTube, to be honest. I don't like looking at it and saying, well, YouTube fucked the algorithm up, and now I'm being screwed. I tend to try and look at it from a perspective of what could I be doing differently, but I'm also like, what would I have done wrong that would have made the first episode work so well and then the others didn't? That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. And I've heard that other streamers are having issues with the algorithm right now too, so it's just an unfortunate truth. So I wish the playthrough would have been under better circumstances, I guess is what I'm getting at. But hopefully some people will check out the archive of it. It's not too terribly long of a playthrough, so might be a good offline watch at some point. Maybe we'll return to it again sometime in the future. It probably won't be a couple years until that happens, though, if I'm being totally honest. My interest in speedrunning the 3D Zeldas isn't terribly high, because those speedruns look awful. Like, they don't look that fun to me. They're very glitch-heavy. I think glitchless with this game is like a 7-hour run. That's not going to happen. I just don't think that's going to happen. So unfortunately, it's going to be a thing where every couple of years I'll probably break them back out and be like, hey, let's do it again. We'll probably get to Skyward Sword again before we do that. At the moment, my plan is to play Spirit Tracks soon, because we played Phantom Hourglass a couple of years ago, and my intention was to play Phantom Hourglass, take a break, play something else, and then come back and play Spirit Tracks. And that just never happened. We just kind of got off the rails, and I never got back to it. I don't know what happened around that time that caught my attention, but it's just kind of how it worked out. So I am planning on finally getting to Spirit Tracks soonish. Hopefully it doesn't get derailed, no pun intended, again. Both again on it being derailed and again on the pun not being intended. I'm pretty sure that has come up once before. Otherwise, let me get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be checking out the Age of Calamity DLC. I don't know a lot about what this one is adding, so I'm just going to kind of go in and just be ready to be wowed. I really liked the first... I liked the game itself a lot, and I liked the first DLC quite a lot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're adding now. I don't know if this is the final DLC. I would assume it is. I don't think they've announced anything beyond this, but maybe they'll add more. I don't know. So yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do Mario Golf on Saturday this week instead of Friday. We're going to do Castlevania 3 on Sunday, and then I don't think we're going to do Castlevania 4 this month. I think it works out that I'll have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday available for the final October game. And I think I'm going to do that to get it in there. So that'll be a lot of next week at that point. So anyway,
anyone who might still be lurking around, anyone who watched through any of this, really, thanks for being here and watching. Thanks to Flapper for the raid earlier, and Theo for the super chat earlier as well. Everyone take it easy. I'll be back tomorrow with Age of Calamity, like I said. If I don't see you then enjoy your weekends. Give Twilight Princess a shot if you've never played it. I think it's aged pretty well. I think it's still an enjoyable experience. Especially if you like games with just, like, high levels of atmosphere that you can, like, really get immersed in. It was a lot of fun, for sure. Alright, so take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time.